Hello everybody, Flamestripe here, and I'm coming to you with some Terraria. Now, I wanted to have some single-player content recorded, because Gauntlet's going to be on a small break just because we don't really have that much time to record lately, because we're just very sucked up into Wrath Classic. So instead of having 0 things to work with, I would like to make sure that we actually have something to upload. So, I want to actually do multiple Terraria series, but I want to start out with just a bare bones, normal, default seed plus normal difficulty, because I just want to start out fresh. And the new update, the Labor of Love update, came out recently, so there's a bunch of new stuff I haven't even seen yet. So I'm very interested in seeing what's added without getting every part of my body crunched up into a pile of meat. I haven't exactly decided what class I'm going for, but I think since Crimson came up, it's definitely not going to be magic. Although you can get the Crimson or the corruption items still, because they added a lot of ways to be able to just get every item into the game without having to do the actual vanilla quote-unquote methods. At least I think that might have been a mod that I played a couple of months ago. And alrighty, the character design that I went with here was just I hit random a couple of times, and this is basically what came of it. So I believe that I can probably do something with series just because it's like very guided in a way. Like there's a linear structure to how Terraria works compared to Minecraft. I don't think that I've really talked about it that much, but I just couldn't get a Minecraft series that I enjoyed. I felt like the pacing was going a little bit too slow for me, and I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. Like, I had a rough idea, but it just took a lot of time, and I didn't think that the time that I needed to invest into it was something that my ADHD-riddled brain would be able to handle. I didn't actually think about this. Since it's October, there's Halloween-related things in it, so I'm going to be getting trick-or-treat bags, and there's going to be pumpkins everywhere, which is actually really nice because pumpkins have the best starting armor in the game, and since I don't have to wait for the Dryad to get pumpkin seeds, I can let those babies grow. So my first goal of this series right now is I've got a bunch of I've got a bunch of achievements that I still don't have from whenever Journey's End came out, so I definitely want to try to get those. Honestly, I think it might just be die to a dead man's chest, and apparently that can only be done in single player, which I think is absurd, but I also think that that was probably just a bug. Get that pumpkin putty in growing room. But I'm gonna start things off here by creating a place for the guide to live and for any new NPCs to come in. I'll probably try to make some nice looking houses later on, but for the time being, they're getting condos. These guys are getting apartments. There's only one person here. He can deal with being in a cramped space. Oh, I thought that was an actual slime. Well, that one is. Terraria does a lot of cute things for holidays. Maybe not on the same level that Phasmophobia does, but it's still cute. It's very small cosmetic updates. Though to be fair, those are two very wildly different games that can't really be compared the same way. I think after I create a few of these houses, and I know I'm not going to be able to actually get the NPCs to move in because I don't have any torches, but I'll end up getting gel whenever I explore the surface. That's one of the things I like to do at first. I don't really know how other people do start out, or just what their routing in Terraria is. I assume most people probably just go immediately for caving, but I like to just explore the surface and figure out what is in what directions. I know there's like ways to tell where things are at, like if you find the snow biome, I think the snow biome's on the same side the jungle is. And then on top of that, there's snow biomes on the same side the dungeon, and then dungeon and jungle are always on the same or opposite side. I don't remember exactly, but I'm fairly certain that might be how it works. Get out of here, slimy bastards. Oh, okay. It was green slime. I'm so used to putting slime in my ammo slot that I didn't even realize it was in my inventory already, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was in my inventory when I was talking about not having it. Alright, there we go. All is right in the world. Cool. So that should be good for the merchant when he gets here. And then I'll do 2 more, one for the nurse and one for... I assume I'm going to get the demolitionist early. What the hell is this? There's equipment loadouts now? I can't even think about a situation where that would be useful unless you're like dungeon magic user. So I made a little bit of an error making houses as small as they were, but I'm fine with that. The plan is to kind of rebuild them later anyway. No way. Hello? What is this? Alright, well I guess I'm fucking gonna be rebuilding later anyway. This is ridiculous. I guess I'm gonna be rebuilding sooner than I expected. I was wondering why everything had a red tint to it. I was literally on the edge of the fucking crimson. What a nightmare. Guess I'm not exploring to the right. The interesting thing is the grass isn't... It's just that stone. None of the grass is spread yet. Alright, well, now that I've... Oh, there's sunflowers over here? Man! Every time I plan on going forward, the thing that I wanted to do that I didn't think I was able to find pops up. Instead of using wood, I'm just going to use sunflowers to prevent the crimson from spreading. Which is weird that that's a mechanic that they implemented back in the original, and then once you go in the hard mode, it just doesn't work anymore. This is awful. What have I done to myself? I should have just stayed inside. Abandoned ship. Oh. Alright, me and the guide are gonna hang out for a while. Oh, the sunflowers near my base reduce monster spawns too. I completely forgot about that. There's so many neat things that they add specifically for the purpose of making your life safer. Let's do that. I'm not messing around with that stupid short sword anymore. Not for this. Ooh, that was close. Thank you. I'm unsure how I want to go about playing this. Like, I want to talk about the game, but I don't know if I want to talk about it under the approach that people know the game, or if I'm going to treat it kind of like a Let's Play or something. I don't know. I think it's unnecessary to treat it like a Let's Play, but also at the same time I need something to talk about. So I might just explain some interesting things anyway. Like, maybe newer players don't know, but back in the day there were duplicates of NPCs. There were, I want to say, 2 merchant and 3 nurses that you could collect. Both of my workbenches are picked up. I think those were the only duplicates, but you got the nurses obviously by getting your first life crystal, and then I think it was max life crystals and then middle amount of life crystals, like life, I mean. And obviously they got rid of that. I want to say it was whenever hard mode was introduced they did away with it, but I'm honestly unsure. Where did I leave my house? I was safe. Start. I'm not going magic, but it's gonna be helpful if I get a magic weapon early. No, my ultra pumpkin. Whew. Safe. Yeah, get him good. Okay, no, come back, please. Shoot them. You do more damage than me. Actually, why is my pickaxe doing that much damage suddenly? I felt like it was only doing 1s before. Okay, so it must have just been this special flying eye. Demon eye, is that what they were all called? It's been so long since I've dealt with the intricacies of Terraria like that. Intricacies like fucking enemy names. Or something intricate to the game. Oh, that's a pretty looking moon. Alright, well. Doing this means that I'm committing to not coming back up until I find some rope, so... down I go, I guess. The 3 wide approach that I do for my elevator is to make it so that the rope's in the middle and I can use both of the platforms I make. It's just symmetry. Thought I was gonna be a little screwed there for a second. I guess since nighttime came, I'm gonna go mining instead of surface exploration. I've got smears on my screen and it's making me think I see a minecart track underneath me. I guess I'll just cut until I find something. I saw it last second. There's some little jellyfish over there to the sides. Whoa. Must be raining out there. Too bad it's not hard mode, or else I'd be frothing to try to get a Nimbus. Nimbus rods are awesome. And I do get a counterpart in the form of the Crimson Rod. But I just gotta hope that it drops. Ooh, some gold and some skelly bros. That's a lot of skeletons. That statue must be spawning them. This sucks. Do I have a way of making a furnace to craft some fucking tools right now? Because this is awful. I'm not about to jab these dudes through a wall the whole time. Thank you. Slime jump scare. I always love Terraria early game, but it's so slow. I want the pickaxe, but I also want the broadsword. What's my tungsten looking like? Probably nowhere near enough to do anything. Yeah. Okay. I just need the weapon. Oh, and it's faster attack speed too. Sweet. Alright, bring it on, Skelebros. Wasn't prepared for there to be fucking 7 of them. But I definitely made the right decision. Sword, good choice. And a life crystal. Yeah, they were definitely spawned by that. Oh, and I got some bombs. So in order to get NPCs in this game, you have to meet certain criteria. You start with a guide, at least in a default game, every time. In order to get the merchant, I think they reduced it since the original days, but you needed at least 1 gold. I believe it is like either 50 silver or 30 silver. For a nurse, you need to have obtained and consumed a life crystal. And for the demolitionist, you need explosives in some form. Bombs, grenades, dynamite. So I now have the means of getting 2 of those NPCs. And if I get enough bombs, I like to sneak my way over into the Crimson and blast my way into 2 of the little orbs there, which we'll see whenever I get over there later. And normally you can't destroy the Crimtane, I think. Right? Crimtane? Crimstone? Anyway, you can't destroy the Crimson Corrupted Stone without the pickaxe, the Crimson Pickaxe slash Demonite Pickaxe, or having a Dryad. However, bombs don't give a fuck about blocks like that. Most blocks are weak to explosives, I find. It is guaranteed that the... What a shitty trap. It's guaranteed that the first one you destroy every time will be the weapon, so that's how I'll get my arms dealer. I should probably go back and grab my furnace. And then for the most part, there's a lot of like mostly cosmetic NPCs that I just get through the progress of the game, but I don't necessarily remember how I get them. Alright, that's it. Elevator's cut off. Tired of this shit.